You're feeling like you're living your life in repeat. You may also be feeling very bored with some things, frustrated with other things, things that maybe you haven't yet changed that you know that you need to change, things that maybe you haven't accepted that you need to accept, movements forward and action that you need to put in certain projects, situations, maybe into relationships. It doesn't really matter, but this feeling of reevaluating the way that your life is. Is your finances at a place where you want them to be? Is there certain situations that are not bringing you happiness and joy? Is there changes that you can be making at this time that you're not making for whatever reason? Doesn't matter if it's fear, if it's because there's somebody in the way, or maybe you're in your own way, or whatever it may be. But it doesn't really matter what the reason. But are you... There's this energy of just getting into deep introspection about your life, the way that it's going now, the way that you see it in the future, or wish for it to be in the future, and asking yourself this question, like, does this make me happy? Is my career something that brings joy, peace, and happiness? And they're taking away the joy and the peace. They're like, does it make me happy? Okay, so the question should be like, is this relationship make me happy? Does, waiting on so-and-so make me happy? Is my family life making me happy? Is there people in my energy that causes me anything other than happiness? And so there's like this major reevaluation that's happening. And some of you are really in this weird spot, okay? I feel like there's a couple different scenarios that's happening here. Some of you may feel like you're in a dark space. However, you're doing things maybe not as quick as Spirit would like you to do it, but you're doing things to still be productive. You're doing things to still kind of make yourself ascend. And move forward in certain things. Now, there may be a lot of things where you are, I don't know, really grasping for straws to try to muster up the strength or the courage or the know-how. Actually, they're saying, no, wipe that know-how out, because you already know how in most situations. For some of you, you may feel like you may not have the know-how, but I really feel like Spirit show me like you do have the know-how. And there may be a lot of fear involved in this reading, because I really feel like there's walls put in front of me, and that I'm kind of just sitting still and waiting on something to happen, yet I feel like I should be doing something kind of energy. And I'm getting that, you guys are doing that too. You're really... Many of you are really focusing on your pinnacles, your finances, your career, entrepreneurship, things that are going to bring in money and stability. Some of you may be really doing this to a default, though. Like, it may be something that you just do because it's something that you've always done and it doesn't bring you happiness. For others of you, or maybe even this will fall in place, or I feel like it resonates with some of you that already are resonating with this, but for some of you, there's some sort of emotional tie to something that is causing fear of moving forward. But let's see what else they, which cards? Thank you. You may be offered a new position, a new opportunity. Am I supposed to take all of these? Okay. A new opportunity when it comes to your finances. Some of you, I feel like a building has opened up for you, meaning like if you've been thinking about starting a business and you didn't know exactly what building to use or, you know, how to go about it. And there's something with odd numbers. They're telling me like you're probably seeing odd numbers a lot, whether it's in just singles, double digits, or triple digits. That doesn't really matter. But some of you are seeing a lot of odd numbers right now. Even like normally when you would see like 111 or 333, you might see 331 or 113 instead of 333. Like it's going to seem odd because they're out of the ordinary for what you normally see. Like 616, I was seeing. And it was like kind of flashing at me. And I normally don't say numbers that are off because it just seems weird. Because most of us see like the double digits, the triple digits, or in a row, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or what have you. So, but you're going to be seeing synchronicities that go along with like your thoughts, your intuition at that time. And they're going to seem very odd, but you're going to notice them more than once throughout the day. Anyhow. Some of you are in need of focusing on, or maybe it might go both ways, taking some of the focus off of constantly thinking about what is my purpose, what is my calling. Okay, 707. Look that up on Sacred Scribes. But you may be putting too much time, or maybe it's not even that you're putting time and effort into it, but there's a lot of thought that's going into thoughts of what is my purpose, what is my calling, am I doing everything that I could be doing, or what have you. And Spirit's like, first and foremost, whether or not you are doing everything that you can do or can't do, or should be doing, or you feel like you should be doing, just being you is your calling. Okay. Being in your true, authentic self, whatever that looks like. Being happy, being peaceful, having a peace of mind. And I'm hearing like this spiritual connection thing. But some of you are so like super hyper focused on your calling and purposes that you don't realize like you are the calling, like you are the purpose, you are your happiness, and you, the self is what's important. Constantly evolving to be a better person than you was the day before is also something that is important. But they're like, try to take some of the focus off of, I've got to do this because, okay, I'm going to give you an example. They remind me of something that I've been kind of going through. I haven't done a lot of videos lately. And a lot of that has to do with my life is adjusting to a lot of changes. I got a new job. I'm shadowing my boss for his position that's coming up soon. And, I may or may not get it. I still have to interview for it, but there's been a lot going on. At the same time, I'm also going through these lessons, and they're not bad lessons. They're very good lessons, and lessons of my worth, and not settling for less than what I deserve, and things of that sort. What was the point that I was trying to get at? I just had a major brain fart. Take me back to where I was, please. So not doing the videos and stuff have to do with me asking myself questions like, does this really make me happy? Am I just doing it so that I can get some sort of fame and fortune? I mean, that's obviously not happened. So, and I keep doing it. So I knew that instantly that wasn't the answer, but it doesn't always bring me happiness. Okay. It doesn't always bring me joy. And it isn't completely what I desire for my life. And so I had to dig deeper, and I'm still digging deeper with the questions like, is this something that I want to do? I love to do tarot. I love to give messages to people, especially when I go live and do it. But is it really like what brings me complete happiness? And the answer right now is no. Okay. However, I'm digging deeper to find out why is the answer no, because at one time in my life, it brought me a whole lot of happiness. So did healing. And I've been shown, like, I'm a water sign, and water signs are fixed, or Scorpios at least are a fixed sign, and that has something to do with it. So I'm learning about that. I'm going down that rabbit hole now. But some of you are like so hyper focused on, I've got to do this. And that's part of it. I've learned that part of why I would do the readings so much, or, I don't go live so much to do readings right now, but I was going live quite a bit, is I'm a fixed sign and I get bored. Okay. I get really bored with things being like the same and repeating over and over and over again. Okay. And that's kind of where some of you are at. You're at this place where you feel like it's Groundhog Day. If you haven't seen the movie Groundhog Day, go watch it, because in this movie, this guy repeats his day over every single time the alarm goes off in the morning. He wakes up and repeats the same day over and over and over again. And that's kind of where some of you are at. Like, you feel like you are constantly doing the same thing. And it's starting to cause you to be tired of what your life is like. You're desiring other things, or either you may be trying to figure out, what do I desire? And so some of you are feeling like you're just kind of existing right now. You may feel a lot of solitude. You may feel like there's some dark energy, but the dark energy is you processing the things that you need to process. 12-12. When it comes to your ego, your fears, your doubts, your illusional type of things, the devil on the shoulder type of energy. This is exactly the time to embrace every bit of the journey. Okay. The experiences that you're having, whether they feel good, bad, or indifferent. 1, 2, 3, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 6. I was told to tell you guys. I'm actually really curious to see what those are. 1, 2, 3, 3. I want to write it down. And 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. And I was just hearing 717, so you may want to go look that up as well. But so many of you are in this place of reflecting. You know, you're in this space of solitude. Whether it feels good, bad, or indifferent, you're still reflecting on changes that you can now make. 1311. Many of you are really, or should be, focusing on your happiness, asking yourself, does this make me happy? And if the answer is no, then you need to make the changes accordingly. If the answer is yes, then you need to do with that accordingly. I feel like many of you are in the process of paving your own way. You're not really following any particular person. You know, a lot of us were raised to, you know, follow the trends of the way that people dressed or the way that they acted or what have you. And kids tend to do that anyway. But even as adults, sometimes you'll see people doing things like that. And I really feel like this is a time where you're really learning who you are, what you like, what you dislike. You're also like finding your comfort in life, because some of you have never felt comfortable even in your skin, let alone existing in the world and being around people or whatever it may be. I kind of feel like some of you are in this process of coming out of your shell, so to speak, and reinventing yourself. You're becoming authentic. You're learning who you truly are. You're learning what you don't like about yourself, and you're making those changes accordingly. Some of you need to get a move on it. I'm just feeling like some of you are kind of standing still and not making the changes necessary. 1441 and 1442. A lot of numbers coming out tonight. So look those up, guys. I'm actually writing them down because I'm interested to see what they are too. I don't normally look them up when I do videos, but I'm going to today. I just feel like there's something very significant about these. Anyhow, you're reevaluating your life. You're making the changes necessary, and you're becoming the architect of your world. Okay. You're finding out your do's and or what you like and dislike and what you do and don't need to do. And you're making effort to, get there. However, some of you, I feel like you need to make a little more effort. I kind of feel like Spirit's kind of nudging you, like, do something. Change this, look at this, accept this. And this is including like your assets, because I feel like many of you are realizing just how powerful you are. And also realizing that just because you're powerful doesn't mean you have to share that with others. 1551. And that's kind of one of the things that I'm reflecting on right now is, am I so hyper focused on what I feel is my purpose and calling that I forgot that I'm here and I need nurtured too? And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I haven't been nurturing myself the way that I need to nurture myself. And that's in multiple ways. However, in other ways, I have been making changes to nurture myself, but just not the way that Spirit sees fit for me right now. So, listen to what your intuition's been telling you, especially when it comes to action, anything that has to do with action. Because I really feel like some of you are kind of falling back on work and business or starting up a business as a way of not having to deal and change some aspects of yourself or accept some aspects of yourself. Because, a lot of times when we're on this journey, especially when we're in the beginning of our awakening, we don't realize that we have assets, that we have things to offer the world or people in a relationship even. And sometimes we have a hard time accepting like compliments. That was me. I couldn't smile for the longest time. Or if I smiled, I'd cover my mouth because I felt ashamed of something. I was embarrassed of something. And, I had to keep evolving through all of those things by facing every one of those things. And that's where some of you are at. Like, I'm going to face this stuff, whether it's the good, bad, or the indifferent, because some of you are just so tired and so bored with repeat. Groundhog Day. I feel like some of you are trying to micromanage some things. You're probably doing things that could also be counterproductive. And I feel like some of you already realize it's counterproductive to where you're trying to get, meaning in your evolution process. Some of you are just tired of being stuck, and you know that there's more to 1808. There's more to life, this journey, and you've experienced happiness before, and Spirit's like, so why are you so unhappy? And I feel like it's because many of us are not doing the things that make us happy because of the fear. Okay. Which curse? Thank you. Hope everybody's doing okay. I'm not doing too bad. Please go check out my TikTok channel. It is Unique Me 303 Healing. Couldn't fit the empowerment on there. It had too many characters, so that's what it is. But anyhow, go check that out, please, if you haven't already. All right. If you're not meditating, make sure that you're meditating. Basically, I'm getting this message of some of you quit doing what you needed to do to stay in it, like this good, like, connection with Spirit. Some of you may even have this little arrogance about you where you feel like you're so awakened that you no longer have to do something like that. Or you could just be like me. I meditate every time I am in the bath, and that's daily. So it's like, do I really need to meditate anywhere else? And the answer for me is absolutely yes. Okay. But however, I'll say, well, I'm tired because I've been working all day and I worked over today or whatever it may be. And I don't want to have to face what I already know, because every time I get in deep meditation, Spirit tells me the same exact things over and over. Why? Because I haven't made those changes yet. I haven't stepped out in courage or faced reality in certain situations, whatever it may be. I know the answers. I always know the answers. I know them way before I need to know them a lot of times. But fear can hold us back, and it can hold us back for weeks, months, years. Okay. Fear has held me back for years. So meditate, because Spirit's really going to hit it to you hard. Even if you're somebody that's like, I don't know how to meditate, just close your eyes. Close your eyes, focus on this spot right here, and just sit there. If it takes 30 days of you just sitting there and listening to your thoughts in your mind and trying to quiet your mind, it doesn't matter. Just sit there. That's all you need to do. Literally, that's all I did. I would sometimes listen to music. Sometimes I would be petting on my sister's cat or my dog or something like that, just to kind of calm me down. I would sometimes even think about each and every muscle in the whole entire body from head to toe, slowly relaxing, and it would get me into deeper and deeper, like trance-like states. But it took me I don't know, it may have been 2 full months or even longer before I actually got to this stillness, this state of bliss, this feeling of I'm the universe. This is complete oneness. I am God. Like, all of those things in one happened to me. It was complete, like, blow me away, awing experience. And I wanted to meditate all day from that day out. I mean, there was probably, like, I'm not shitting you, like, I wouldn't sleep very much. There'd be like 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day where I'd be sitting there and meditating. And only time I'd get up is when I felt like I had to pee, or if my dog needed out or something of that sort. My mom needed help because she was dying of cancer at that time. I was living with her and helping take care of her. Anyhow, it's a very cool experience if you allow yourself to get there. It's helped me to get off of blood pressure medicine, all kinds of mental health things for pain, things for anxiety, you name it, stomach issues because of all the other medicine that I was on, you name it, it got me off of it. I'm on absolutely no medicine anymore. I almost hardly ever take a Tylenol. If I can't get rid of the pain, 2220. If I can't get rid of the pain by healing, then I just deal with it, because usually it's very, very slight pain. But get into this state of meditation. And like I said, be disciplined with it, because that's what it takes. It takes dedication, discipline, following through. And these are all things that a lot of us do not do. And we have to teach ourselves to do those things. And, day at a time. Just for today, I am going to sit here and I'm going to close my eyes. I may listen to music. I might put crystals on me, even though I don't know what they do yet. All of these are things that I had to go through as well. So do that. And be honest with yourself. Like, is there more that I can do to get to where I want to be in this state of happiness? Okay. 2313. Which cards I got you? Thank you. This is a pretty powerful message. I can feel the energy from this. Pretty intense. I never read reversals of any kind of card, but I feel like this card does not want to turn upright. It's almost like some of you are stuck in such a state of indecision. Okay, this is the indecision card. Not following through with something that you keep replaying over and over and over in your head. You feel stuck because of fear. Okay, there's something that is completely made you frozen to a situation, a partnership, a career, maybe your spiritual path. Maybe it's getting out of this state of repeat and making some changes. Whatever it is, there's this decision that you're just like, okay, I'm just going to be comfortable with not making a decision to move forward. I'm going to just sit here and be completely miserable because I just don't want to face this fear. I don't want to communicate what I need or what the issue is, or whatever it is. I'm feeling like there's something about somebody needs to communicate something. And it could be to your angels. It could be to prayer. It could be to somebody that you need to apologize to, or whatever it may be. Okay. Everybody's going to be different, but I feel like some of you are running out of time. Okay. If you can see, there's an hourglass there and it's got wings, it's flying away. So some of you are running out of time and you're going to live with regret. Because, look at the person. Look at this card altogether, okay? Look at the person over there weeping because they didn't make that decision. And, they've had all the guidance telling them, go this direction, do this, it's going to be okay. You need to trust us. But instead, you're hiding behind some sort of illusion and fear. But time's getting ready to go away. Like you don't have forever to make this decision. Many of you have been going through an awakening for quite some time. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't. I assume if you're watching this video that you realize by now that you are going through an awakening, because I intend for people who are going through awakenings to come to my channel. And that's what happens. Some people know it when they get here, some people don't. But, okay, there's this real heavy feeling of, I've already lost it, so why bother? There's this feeling of, well, there's still things that make me happy, so I'll be okay. Even though it's not complete happiness for you. You don't have the 10 of Cups. Some of you are living in the illusion that the way that you're living, or not going after what you dream of and desire, that it's still going to be okay. But you fail to see how miserable you are now. Can you imagine how miserable you are later down the road when you live with the regret that, why didn't I do that? It was so easy to just communicate that to so-and-so, or it was so easy to just follow through with a certain task. Or so easy to just look that fear in the face and just get it done and over with. Because most of us have faced fears sometime in our life when we realize 27, after we face that fear, like, God, it wasn't that hard anyway. Why was I so scared over that? So I feel like many of you are like at this point where Spirit's like, we're going to quit giving you visions of what's to come because you're not following through with what we're telling you to trust us with anyway. I feel like there's focus in the wrong areas. And I just realized this is 12-12 on these cards. 12 and 12. But if you don't want to feel the loss, you need to definitely go towards the way that Spirit has been guiding your intuition, your deep internal knowings, using your discernment of Spirit instead of avoiding what you already know that you need to do. Because there's going to be a major loss. There's a feeling of ruining your life type of feeling. And not that everyone's going to feel that way, but there is a feeling like I ruined my life type of feeling. However, I don't feel like that's going to be real extreme for all of you. And this is only in the case of those who aren't going after what is making them happy, or what would make them happy, that they know would make them happy. What Spirit has been leading them towards. And I feel like some of you, there's been answered prayers, and it's because of some sort of fear that you won't even allow this answered prayer to be completely in your life, because fear. I mean, I can't put it any simpler. Fear, indecision, being stuck in, oh, it'll be okay. It won't be that miserable for me. Like, why do you want to be miserable at all? Is kind of what I'm feeling. Some of you are expecting some sort of, maybe you're not expecting it. Okay. there's a blessing. There's a blessing for some of you in disguise. For many of you, you already know that the blessing is there. It's that answered prayer that I was telling you about. You dreamed about it. You wished for it. It is the dream job. It is the dream person. It is the, whatever. And you may be letting it pass by because of not making a decision to move forward and face a fear. And some of you, it's because you're not in your true authenticity. You're not being completely genuine with yourself and others around you, or maybe others that you feel like you should be genuine with. I don't know. I am telepathic. So trust. I'm just getting this big message of trust the process. Get out of repeat. Get out of feeling like you're in Groundhog's Day and make a decision to move forward. I connect with other dimensions. Hold on, Copper. I am Christ Consciousness. I am higher consciousness. I am transcending animal instincts. I am healing. I am unconditional love. Oopsie. This is a long reading today. It seems very powerful, though. Like, I just feel this energy so intense. I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. That is so true. Am I supposed to take all of these? My outer experiences are a reflection of my internal condition. There is a stream of love supporting my dreams. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Or you can say through the eyes of God, if you choose to. I felt the need to read this, and I'm just going to read it to you guys now because it's a good one. I am a spirit having a human experience. I am here to get closer to love. All right, guys. I hope that you have a wonderful evening. Much love to you. Bye.